A very good afternoon, Florence, back in studio. It's an exciting Saturday afternoon. Some boxing action coming live from the Nairobi Cityhall. You understand the event kicked off, the Kenya Open Championship kicked off on Wednesday. It's been 3 days of action, and today, being the last day, we expect the finals to be staged in different categories. That is the junior category will kick off early. I understand in the next 10 minutes we'll be having some of the youngings, or rather the kids, taking to the ring to try and fight for a ticket to be part of the national team. And of course later we'll be having the women finals, and of course different categories and different weights for the men's championship later. It's an exciting event, of course, being an annual event that is used often to pick the national team. But this time there have been wrangles in terms of the BAK officials. We have had two different factions. One of them is staging a similar event in Mombasa, led by the president of BAK, John Kameta, and of course the other one led by the Secretary General Isaac Mbote and presidential aspirant Anthony Jamal Ombok, having to stage the event at the Nairobi Cityhall. Interesting to notice that according to the unified calendar that was arrived between when you remember back in January, Florence, we had similar wrangles in terms of BAK officials, and the former sports cabinet secretary Rashid Echesa had to bring both parties on board to try and streamline and salvage the dwindling fortunes of Kenya boxing, and later they agreed on a unified calendar that included even the National League, that they did it together, both the warring factions. But when it came to the Kenya Opens, they decided, or rather one of the parties decided to stage the event in Mombasa. I understand again the event has been going on, and we expect to see the finals of the event in Mombasa being staged tomorrow. This one is according to the unified calendar, the Serena calendar. And in fact, when I talk to some of the officials, they are saying that as much as they're having these wrangles with a different faction having to stage the event in Mombasa, which I understand 4 teams have been able to grace the event, with 15 counties gracing the Nairobi one, they will still bring in both parties and come up with the final national team. It doesn't matter whether you participated in Mombasa, in Nairobi. At the end of the day, they want to make sure that every boxer has a chance of representing Kenya in the All Africa Games and the African Championships that are going to be staged later this year. We'll be trying to develop some of this conversation in terms of the state of boxing and the latest development from the different factions and what they have to say. I know that some of the aspirants, I understand now we have 3 aspirants, that is Kentra Otieno, Jamal Otieno, of course the incumbent president, that is John Kameta. We'll be trying to have this conversation with some of these officials, the aspirants, and just have a taste of what they feel in terms of the state of boxing, and anything that is we can try, and anything boxing, will make sure that we have that conversation at the end of the day. I understand for the next 10 minutes the juniors will be kicking off in the ring, and we'll be providing with the latest update, who has won which category, who has been able to improve his chances of making it to the national team. That is something that we'll be preparing for you from the Nairobi Cityhall, around City Hall. Just in case you're watching it from home and you want to enjoy some of this boxing action, it's just around the City Hall. So when you make your way to Nairobi, I understand it's not tough to find the City Hall. It's an iconic building, and I understand most people will be able to find it. Come and enjoy some of boxing, and of course even for our viewers back at home, make sure you keep the conversation going. Any question, any concern in terms of boxing, we'll be trying to have those conversations with some of these officials. But for now, it's back to you, Florence, in studio. Well, Florence, the good question again, but according to the Association of Amateur Boxing, the world body that is tasked with running amateur boxing, for the women and the kids, they have to wear the protective gear, that is the headgear. But for men, it's something that was done away with. So the men, it's a skin to skin, it's a glove to skin touch. You don't have to wear the headgear in terms of the men category. But for the women and the juniors, we expect to see them with the headgear, because again, it's an early stage of their boxing career. So we need to take care. You understand, boxing is a highly contact game, so we need to take care of some of these young. And again, it's according to the rules of the international body that is tasked with running the amateur boxing. So we expect to see the juniors wearing the headgear, as well as the women's in the women category.